This is a Baytown Media live stream sports presentation.
Welcome, Caps Nation. Make some noise as we introduce your U11A St. John's Caps All-Stars. Between the pipes, number 1, Noah O'Brien, and number 31, Simon Russell. On the blue line, number 12, Drew Pike. Number 8, Josh Cheater. Number 4, William Lewis. Number 18, Ben Tizard. Number 3, Henry Nash. And number 2, Vincent O'Reilly Hillier. Up front, number 17, Charlie Martin. Number 9, Ryan Walsh. Number 11, Peyton Pike. Number 10, Max Barnes. Number 14, George Winter. Number 7, Henry White. Number 19, Aiden Brown. Number 15, James Cheater. And number 5, Nate Wilson. Head coach, Steve Barnes. Assistant coaches, Jeremy Cheater, Ryan Brown, Matthew Lewis, and Aaron Walsh. Your U11A St. John's Caps All-Stars. Go Caps!
Good morning. Early start here in Bishop Falls this morning for under 11 AAA pilot hockey action live from the Pat O'Reilly Memorial Stadium in Bishop Falls. We got the final game for the Caps this weekend. St. John's Caps versus the Western Kings. Caps 4-0 this weekend. The Kings 2 wins, a loss, and a tie. And we're just about ready to go here. Good news for the Caps this morning is William Lewis is back in the lineup after being out with illness for a couple days. Thank you for joining all weekend. Been exciting hockey here. So the Western Kings will be in red this morning and the St. John's Caps in black. Both teams look fired up on a early, chilly December morning. Western Kings' only loss came to Mount Pearl last night. 9-8 was the final in that one. It should be a great game here this morning. Crowd is fired up too this morning. Caps game plan is try to stay out of penalty trouble. Face off won by the Caps. Brown in over the line, shot blocked. Kings turned it back up. Long shot in, and Russell off the blocker, right off the bat. Big save by Russell. First shot of the game. Puck up the boards. Kept in by the Kings. Shot tipped. Great chance there. Puck sitting in the crease. And Russell getting tested early. Caps can't get it out. Brown now takes it. Brown in over the blue line. Brown shot. And that's covered up and stopped by the Kings goaltender, Cooper Blanchard. Face off back to the point. Nash, White, and now the Kings get it up the center. Lewis dumps it in. Caps chasing after it. Kings get it around the boards. Kept in by Lewis on the far point. Lewis excited to get back in the lineup. Caps get the puck at the zone. Or Kings, sorry. On the attack. Puck in front, back to the line. Shot from the point. Off the glove of Russell. Lewis up to Winter. Battleford in front of the Caps bench. And the Kings come out with it. At the Caps blue line, taken away by Winter. Walsh got it now. Walsh, long shot in, and that's blocker down. Puck in front, scores! On the rebound. And Walsh tucks that one in. Walsh with a great goal there. Great start for the Caps. Puck in Drew Pike skates. Whips it around the boards. Peyton Pike in there digging. Drew Pike pokes it up. The cheater and Pike gone too. Puck now at the side of the Kings net. Big hit there in the corner. Martin goes down. Kept in at the line by Wilson. Wilson with a shot. And that deflects just wide. Pushing and shoving in the corner. Puck back up just outside the blue line. Puck at the side of net. Brown tries to get it in front. Deflects to the corner. Kings up the center with it. Tizert guides his man off into the boards. Tizert up the boards of Wilson. And taken there by Brown and dumped down the ice. That will be an icing call, and the face-off will come all the way back down to the Caps end. Caps, a great start with 11:10 left. Goal by Ryan Walsh. Puck just out over the line. Cats back to retrieve it. All the way behind the net. Lewis back to get it. Lewis stops up, pass up to White. White up to Burns. Burns in over the line. Looking for Winter. Oh, pass was there, but intercepted. Winter turns, fires, and that's knocked aside. Back to the point, kept in by Lewis. Trying to get it to Burns, but the Kings take it away. Kings up the center. And they'll dump it in. And offsides at the line, and the face-off will come outside. So 1-0 Caps, early goal by Walsh. Puck now just down to the blue line, Kings blue line. Caps chasing after it. Drew Pike steps up. Gets the puck up to Walsh. Take it away. Peyton Pike now in over the line. Cheater will dump it in front. But out come the Kings with it. Coming out with some speed through center. Puck over the net. Kings keep it in. And now the Caps finally get it out and dump it in. Icing waved off. Puck wrapped around the boards and dumped back down to the Caps end. O'Reilly Hillier back to pick it up. He blows a tire. Kings pick it up at center and they'll dump it down. Tizert chasing it down in his own zone. Tizert stops. Puck back up ice. It's pass there for the Caps. And dumped into the zone. Martin chasing after it. Martin has it in the corner. The Kings take it away. And puck just in front of the Kings bench, and Tizert will dump it. Dangerous pass there across crease. O'Reilly Hillier will dump it in the boards. Wilson chasing after it. And puck wrapped around by the Kings. O'Reilly Hillier on the point. He'll just lob it back in. And the Kings now take it up through center. Stopped up there by White. Nice defensive play there by White. White will shoot it in, but the Kings now will turn it back down. Burns in over the line. Burns misfired on that one. White has it now in the corner, and he gets rocked in the corner. Back to the point to Nash. Nash shot in front. That's taken away by the Kings. Kings down ice with some speed. Cuts it wide. Shot in off the stick of Russell. Puck behind the net. Kings trying to get it back to the point, but no one there. Nash will pick it up in his own zone. Up to White. White will dump it down the ice. Now the Kings trying to get out of the zone. Stopped up. Here's Walsh. Walsh with a shot. Pike keeps it in at the line. Gets it to Cheater. And now the Kings back out of the zone. Pike got it now behind the goal. And he'll wrap it around to Walsh. Walsh up the center. Nice pass across to Cheater. Cheater will dump it in behind, and Peyton Pike back there to get it. Gets it back to the point. Tizzard, he'll shoot it in. Deflects. Oh, what a deflection there in front by Ryan Walsh, who already has the first goal, looking for a second. 1-0. Live from Bishop Falls, the under 11 AAA Pilot. Kings get it back to center. The scrum now in front of the Kings bench, and the Caps come away with it. Dumped in by the Caps. Whoa! And Martin gets rocked right at the line. O'Reilly Hillier chasing it down in his own zone. Kings chasing close after. Oh! O'Reilly Hillier loses an edge and goes into the boards. Brown back to get it. Kings have it in front. Caps need to get it out of the zone. And they will, as Brown hits center. Brown over the blue line. Shot. Oh, blocker save. And that was looking to go in the center. Puck back. Shot. Oh, what a stop there off Burns' stick. Burns with it in the corner again. Puck now behind the goal. Back to the point. And the Kings get it up to their own blue line. Stopped up there by the Caps. Burns takes it again. Cross ice pass intended for Winter. And the Kings take that one away. Lewis now in after the puck. Cap still with it out to White. White in the slot. Shot blocked. And the Kings now turn it back down ice. 4:21 left in the first. It's been a fast-paced first period. Not many whistles. Kept in at the point by the Kings. Nash chases it down the corner. Gets it up to White just over his stick. Kings control at the blue line. Winter chases it down and will get it out over the line. Back to center. Kings turn it back. Back and forth game here. Shot. And that's kicked aside by Russell. Picked up by Cheater. Cheater now coming at the zone. And stopped at the blue line. Kings back in. Shot. That's blocked by Pike in front. He'll get it out of harm's way. And up to Walsh. Walsh got Cheater. Cheater taps it into the zone. He chases it down. Peyton Pike in after it too. Pike steals it, gets it in front. Walsh, shot, kicked aside, battle in front. And we got some pushing and shoving there. And face-off come to the left of Blanchard. Peyton Pike now with the puck in the corner. Puck down ice. Kings in over center. Gets it down. Pike chases it down in the corner. Cross ice pass to Cheater. James Cheater, and that's taken away. And back go the Kings. And outside the line, 2:39 left. Pike picks it up in the corner. Pike off the boards, up to Peyton Pike. He's taken in, ridden into the boards. And the Kings now enter the zone. Pass in front, can't get it. Pike gets it in the corner. And away goes Martin, loses it there. Drew Pike back to get it again, and he'll try to get it out of the zone. And Brown tips it past the defender and chases it down into the corner. Kings turn it back again. That pass is broken off by O'Reilly Hillier, but the Kings still have it. Caps trying to get it out now. 1:46 left in the first, and that's stopped and held on by Simon Russell for a face-off. A very fast-paced first period. 1-0. St. John's Caps leading the Kings, the Western Kings, 1-0. Tizzard now behind the net. Tizzard stops up the boards. And Caps will dump it all the way down the ice. And that's going to be an icing call against the Caps. 1:28 left in the first period. Face off now down in the Kings end. Caps trying to get out of this first period with the lead. Winter dumps it deep. White giving chase. Two Caps behind the goal, trying to get in front. Shot! Oh, what a chance there for Burns. And that's kicked aside by Blanchard. Caps dump it deep again. Last minute of the first period. Puck down, Lewis gets it. The Western Kings in after it again. Wrapped around the boards by Nash. White up the center. And White chasing after it. Peyton Pike, oh, got rocked at the blue line. Shot, long shot in, that's blockered aside by Russell. Lewis now picks it up behind the net. Whips it around, 15 seconds left in the first. Puck now up to Peyton Pike. Peyton Pike off the boards and stopped up there at the blue line. Walsh gets it from his knees, gets it over to Peyton Pike, trying to get the shot away. And the Kings take control. And there's the buzzer. They end the first period at the end of 1-0. St. John's Caps leading the Western Kings on a goal by Ryan Walsh early in the first. And we'll be back in just a second for the second period. And we're back now for second period action as we're ready for face-off. There's the face-off. 1-0 St. John's Caps leading Western Kings. Goal by Ryan Walsh early in the first. And the Kings control in their own zone. Cheater gets knocked. Pike got it now behind the goal. Gets it up to Peyton Pike. Cross ice the Cheater. James Cheater back to Drew Pike. Drew Pike with it. Drew Pike will dump it down on goal, and that's sticked aside by Blanchard. Walsh gets it back to Pike. The Walsh, the Cheater in front. Great chance there. We've got a whistle. Great chance there for the Caps in front. And Blanchard for the Kings cover up. Face off now in the zone. Kings control behind the net. Caps in front. Oh, pass in the slot. Missed everyone. Tizzard will drive that back in. Puck behind the net. Kings trying to get it out. Wilson will drive it back in. Martin gets it now on the boards. Wilson. Brown in front, in the crease, and the puck was just lying there. Now the Kings trying to get out with it. And puck dumped down the ice. Tizzard chasing after it. Tizzard around the boards. Up to Wilson. And offsides at the line. Face off to come outside. 13-22 left in the second period. Still 1-0 St. John's Caps. Again, a fast-paced game here this morning. And we're live at the Paderali Memorial Stadium in Bishop Falls. Line shot by the Caps, and that's just wide. Caps pick it up again. Winter working hard. White with it in the slot. White with a shot, and a glove save there by Blanchard to cover it up. And hold on for the faceoff. Puck now on the far boards. Barnes got it. White trying to get it back to the point. White still banged away, but the Kings come out with it. Kings up the center. Great back check in there by George Winter. Great work to get that puck. The Kings back again now. One-on-one, Nash. Shot. Great pad save there by Russell. And the net is loose. And we got a whistle. Caps got it behind the net. Up the boards. Walsh. Pike now with it. He gets it off the boards. Kept in by the Kings. Pike again. Now gets it up to Peyton Pike. Peyton Pike. 2-on-1. Cheater's gone. James Cheater trying to get it back. Kings take it back from there. Foot race for it now, and that's going to be an icing call. And face-off going to come all the way back down to the Kings' end. 12:01 left in the second. Peyton Pike to take the face-off. Gets it back to Cheater. Cheater over to Pike. Pike with some time. Shot, high shot. And that's gloved down by Blanchard again. Kings take the puck out of the zone. Kings down on a break. Shot in front. Oh, what a chance there. And covered up by Russell. Peyton Pike gets it back to the corner to Drew Pike. He'll get it up the center. Caps trying to chase it down. Walsh picks it up. Puck given away to crease. Walsh behind the net battling. Walsh turns, gets it in front to Pike. Pike can't get it, it's in his feet. Spun around and covered up by Blanchard for the face-off. Puck back to the point. Tizzard with a shot. And that stopped as well. 11:02 left in the second. The Caps getting some shots here on goal. Back to the point. Tizzard again. Tizzard with a shot, and that's wide. Beyond the goal in front. Oh, chance there for Wilson. And now the Kings will come back with it. Back to Tizzard, and he'll dump it back down deep. Martin taking chase. Kept in at the line in front. Wilson all alone. Backhander. And that's stopped as well. And some pushing and shoving again in front of the goal. But Kings goaltender getting a workout here now in the last couple minutes here in the second. Face off in the Kings zone. Caps trying to keep it in. Brown, he loses it, and the Kings coming back up the center. And great defensive work there by Lewis. Caps now on a break. Wilson gone. Wilson. Oh, another great defensive play there by the Kings. Lewis keeps it in. Kings turn it back down, in over the blue line. Cross ice pass, and White will get that on the boards. White off the boards. Nash trying to get it out of the zone. We got a whistle. And the Kings will get the first penalty of this game, as the Caps will go to the power play. Interference call, and the face-off going to come down into the western end. Opportunity now for the Caps on the power play. Western dumps it around the boards. Pike will pick it up on the boards and get it back into the corner. Out to Winter. Winter back to Cheater. Cheater with a shot, and that just misses the far post. Back to the point to Pike. Pike over to Cheater. Great play there. Cheater with a shot. That deflects wide. Puck at the side of the goal. Caps banging away at it. Drew Pike in the corner, picks it up. Trying to get it in front. Got it again. Pike with a shot. Kicked aside by Blanchard. Rebound in front. Oh, just sitting there. And the Caps come close there. Puck back to center, stopped up. White turns it back down ice. White across to Winter. Winter trying to get into the zone. Caps making a change, but Western now turned it back down ice. Western gets it into Tizzard. Peyton Pike picks it up behind his own goal. Off the boards. Walsh will get it. Walsh, Pike, and Cheater on the attack. Walsh cuts wide. Now Tizzard in off the point, and he'll get it back to James Cheater, who gets it in front. Walsh just missed him. Raleigh Hillier shot from the point off Peyton Pike's stick, and Western back up the center with it. Western cuts out wide, shot, and that just went right through the crease. Walsh with it now. Walsh trying to get it up to Cheater, who was up on the blue line by himself. And dump deep. Peyton Pike chasing after it. 8 minutes left in the second period. 10 seconds left in the power play in front. Oh, and Cheater was there all by himself. Puck over the line. Nash will dump it deep again. Caps have it in the slot. Shot, and that's blocked by the Kings defenseman. Still in the zone. Fondly, the Kings will get it out. Walsh with a shot. Goal, Caps in front, just went right through the crease. Couldn't get a stick on it. Martin in the corner. Martin out front. Cheater on the point will dump it in. Caps with it in the corner. And a penalty coming up to Brown on the Caps. Looks like it's a trip. Brown trying to plead his case. And the face-off now going to come back down to the Caps in. 1-0. And we're going to change goalies as well. Noah O'Brien coming in. Simon Russell done what he had to do. And 1-0 is the score midway through the second period. So the Caps now going to try to kill this power play. Puck back to the point and just over the line. Kings need to get out. Puck dumped down deep out of the zone. And here come the Kings now. Up the center with some speed in over the line. Back to the point. Shot. Deflects. Oh, and that was just wide over the goal. Behind the net. Martin chasing after it. Pike now in behind the net. Pike will dump it the length of the ice. And wholesale change for the Caps. And the Kings now coming back on the attack. Kings up the center. They cut out wide, trying to cut towards the net. Open man in front. Shot, oh, what a save by O'Brien. Puck now over the line. Nash picks it up behind the goal, and he'll get it up the center. Kings cycle it back. Lewis off the boards, and he'll get it deep. 41 seconds left in the power play for the Kings. Puck now up to the blue line. Kings 3-on-2, shot off the stick of O'Brien. O'Brien's tested as soon as he comes in. Puck deep, Peyton Pike chasing after it. Short-handed, got White in front. Peyton Pike cuts out in front, trying to squat it in there. Puck back to the point of Raleigh Hillier. He fans on it, and the Kings are gone. On a break. Shot. Oh, kick save by O'Brien. Puck up the center. All right, at the box is Brown. Brown in, shot, scores! Aiden Brown out of the penalty box. And on the score sheet, 4:49 left. And the Caps take a 2-goal lead. Caps now in again, but the Kings turn them back at the line. Pike takes it away in the far boards, and we'll get it up the boards. Kept in there by the Kings. And Peyton Pike takes it out of the zone. Peyton Pike in the corner. Kings get it up the boards. Outside the line. Drew Pike will drive it back in as it bounces in front of the goal. Kings back down ice, up the center. Puck behind the goal. Drew Pike spins around and we'll get it off the glass. Funny hop there off one of the stanchions. Nice lead pass up to Cheater. James Cheater now cuts out wide. Gets it behind the goal. Charlie Martin there. Martin spins behind the goal. And the Kings take the puck away again. Kings come up the center now with some speed. Nash trying to cut him off at the boards. Stick save there by O'Brien. Caps get it up out over the blue line. Kings recover the puck at center. Nash gets it again, gets it back to center. Great poke check there by Lewis. Getting it up to Brown. Wilson. Lewis has it now cutting in from the wing. Pass in front. Oh, what a goal! Aiden Brown again. Beauty pass from Lewis. And Brown roofs it. 3-0 lead now, and two quick goals by Aiden Brown. What a goal there. Beauty play. Caps take the face off. Raleigh Hillier stops it up at center. Caps in over the line again. Shot, and that's gloved down by the Kings keeper. 2:50 left in the second period. St. John's Caps leading the Western Kings 3-0. Kings take the face off. Get it up the center, but Tizzert will just dump it back down. Caps stop it there at the center line. And delayed offsides. Tizzert has it. Tizzert with a move. Tizzert in over the line. Tizzert shoots. Scores! What a goal by Ben Tizzert. Picking the top corner. Wow. Caps dominating in the past 3 minutes. Ben Tizzert with some great patience at the blue line. And a timeout called by the Kings with 2:24 left in the second period. We're back now. Center ice face-off, 2:24 left. And a timeout just called by the Kings, trying to get their team to regroup. As the Caps just score 3 quick ones. In the second period, and Caps on the attack again. Is White in over the zone. Back to the line. O'Reilly Hillier hits it. And the Kings now come back to center. And in over the line, White has it. White out over the line and dumped back down. O'Reilly Hillier to pick it up. Caps trying to get it out. Desperate from his knees is White. White battling hard there in the far boards. And the Kings will turn it back down. Cross ice pass. Missed the number 18 for the Kings, and the Caps turn it back. And back to center. Kings back to pick it up in their own zone. And they'll dump it off the boards. Peyton Pike will pick it up. He'll turn. O'Reilly Hillier gets it up to Pike. Pike cuts in front, trying to get it across the cheater. Too far for him. Peyton Pike gets it in the corner. Gets it out front. Caps trying to bang in another goal here late. But the Kings now away. 2-on-1. 3-on-1. Comes out wide in front. O'Brien stops it in the crease. No goal. As bodies crashing in the crease. Didn't cross the goal line. Walsh with it. Walsh will dump it in towards the goaltender, and that's kicked aside. Kings coming close late here in the second. Martin in the corner. Martin trying to cut it in front. Martin stops up, goes around in front. Oh, right through the crease. Pike with a shot. Or Nash with a shot, sorry. Oh, over the goal. Lewis gets it in, and there's the buzzer, and that will end the second period. What a flurry here in the second period. 4-0 St. John's Caps at the end of 2. And we'll be back after they clean the ice. Thank you all for joining in. It's going to be an exciting third period to end this Caps road trip weekend at the U11AAA Pilot, live from Bishop Falls. Caps 4, Kings 0 at the end of 2. Good morning and welcome back. Third period action here at the Pat O'Reilly Memorial Stadium in Bishop Falls. Under 11 AAA Pilot Weekend. St. John's Caps and Western Kings in the final game of the weekend for the Caps. Off to a good start, 4-0 coming into this game and leading 4-0 with 15 minutes to go. And we're ready to start third period action here live from Bishop Falls. Face-off won by the Caps. Brown chasing the puck down. Kings with it behind their own goal. And fresh sheet of ice. Brown with it behind the goal. Brown trying to get the backhander out. Puck squirts out in front. Lewis will knock it in behind the net. Martin trying to get it in front. Kings now get it up the center. And the Kings now in over the blue line. Lewis picks it up behind his own goal. Lewis with a great assist on Brown's last goal. Brown with two. Walsh with one. And Ben Tizzard with a rocket top corner. Here Nash takes it at center. Gets it up to Burns. Burns to White. White with a move. White in all alone. Shot. Stop. Puck in the crease. Kicking around. Where is the puck? Nobody can't find it. And the Kings come out with it. Kings back. Great poke check there by Pike. Long shot. That just skipped wide. Kings with it again. Puck behind the net. Comes up to White. Just too far ahead for him. Nice play there by Winter to get that puck and get it deep. Kings now pick it up behind their net. Comes out of the zone. Raleigh Hillier now will pick it up on his blue line. Get it up to Ryan Walsh. Walsh ahead to Pike. Pike in over the blue line. And the Kings take the puck away. Around the net. Back out the front. And just out over the line. Raleigh Hillier. Walsh bumps his man into the boards. And Tizzard picks it up now. And he'll go for a cruise in his own zone. Gets it up to Peyton Pike. Peyton Pike got Walsh breaking through the middle. Walsh cuts out. Nice move there by Walsh on the backhand. Still with the puck. Walsh. And the Kings take it away down the corner. Cheater gets it back. And the Kings trying to take the pressure off. Getting up the center. Nice poke check there by Lewis. Nash. And Walsh will dump it back down to the Kings' end. Kings now in over the blue line. And the Caps, Martin takes over. Martin up to Brown. Brown will just tip it over the line. Kings long shot in. And O'Brien will just stick that one aside. Martin cuts up through the middle now with some speed. Martin. Backhander in. Brown with it in the corner. Gets it back to Pike on the point. He'll get it up. And now the Kings come back with it. Shot in. O'Brien off the stick into the corner. Caps dump it down. That'll be an icing call. And face-off going to come all the way back down to the Caps end. 11:03 left in the third period. Caps 4, Kings 0. here in the third period. Last game of the under 11 AAA pilot weekend in Bishop Falls. Face off, won by the Kings. Shot in, and that's gloved by O'Brien and held on for a face off. Puck off the boards, White chasing after it. Kings pick it up. Kings now coming up with speed. Cuts out wide. And wide of the net. Puck in front. Kings can't get the shot away. Kept being at the line. Cheater off the boards. And Pike now will get it behind the net. He's trying to get it out. Battleford in the corner. And net is dislodged, so we got a whistle. And Caps will make, both teams will make changes. 10-10 left in the third period. St. John's Caps Minor Hockey, brought to you by Baytown Media. Here's a chance for the Kings. Shot, and that's blocked in front. Raleigh Hillier up the boards. Caps can't clear. Now they do. Peyton Pike got Cheater. James Cheater on the wing, shot in. And that's saved by the Kings goaltender. Battle in behind the net. And the Kings get it back to the blue line. O'Reilly Hillier keeps it in to Pike. Pike can't get the pass across to Cheater. O'Reilly Hillier wraps it around the board. Cheater picks it up now behind the goal. Wraparound scores! James Cheater with the wraparound goal. And the Caps now with a 5-0 lead here in the third period. Kings take that face off, but Caps pick it up. James Cheater again, another shot, and that's wide. Kings take it back to the blue line. Lewis pick it up behind his own goal, up the boards, can't get it out. Peyton Pike kicks it out over the line. Charlie Martin now controls. Coming up to the blue line. Martin, shot, and that's just wide. Rebound, Brown. And a great save there by the Kings goaltender, and covers it up for a face-off. Puck now behind the goal line, and the Kings in. Kings now get it up the center. Replay there by Lewis. Brown gets it over to Martin. Martin up to Wilson. Wilson cuts out wide, stops up, tries to get it in front, but that puck is intercepted, and the Kings now come back. Back to the blue line. Kings now with a shot, and that's kicked aside by O'Brien. Great save there. Puck back to the Kings blue line. Stopped up there at the line by White. Back to Drew Pike now. He loses at center. The Kings turn it back. Long shot in, and that's gloved by O'Brien and held on. 7:42 left in the third period. Face off won by the Kings, back to the point. And now the Kings control at center. Back to Pike now. Pike off the glass. White chasing after it. Winter coming in there. Cheater hits his man. Puck now over to White. White in over the blue line. He's all alone. The Kings turn it back. White battling at center. Winter picks it up. Winter goes around White. Shot. That's wide. Weird bounce off the backboards. And the Kings now come out of their zone. Kings have it up the center. And over the line. Tizzard now picking it up for the Caps and will settle it down beyond his own net. To Walsh. Walsh across the pike. Just over his stick. Kings turn it back, but great poke check there by Pike. Backhander in front, and Cheater was going towards the net, but it's covered up by the Kings goaltender, and we'll get a face-off in the western end. Puck down the ice, Kings chasing after it. Foot race now, Tizzard. Western goal. Western picks it up. Oh, and Tizzard with a hit there behind the net, and the referee's going to call interference. The Western player got rocked by Tizzard coming around the back of the net. And face-off now going to be in the Caps' end. .608 left in the third. And the Kings will go to the power play. Battle in the corner. Nash, the three Kings there. Puck in front. Kings with it. Backhander. And O'Brien will cover that up. And we got bodies in front. Both these goaltenders for the Caps this weekend have been lights out. Both O'Brien and Russell. Brown will dump that the length of the ice. Kings goaltender pushed that away. And the Kings now coming back to center on the power play. And Brown now takes that pass and cuts it wide. Brown stops up, and he's going to kill some time as he traps it in the corner. The Kings now come back out with it, and Brown's going to get a penalty. Pike stops it up. Brown's going to go to the box. This is going to be a two-man advantage for 105 for the Kings. .513 now left in the third. And the Caps will have a big kill here ahead of them. Puck in the corner to Pike, and he'll whip it out over the line. Kings now on the attack. Two-man advantage. Long shot in and gloved by O'Brien. And he'll hold on for a face-off. Face-off now to the right of O'Brien. Caps take that puck, get it down ice. right to the Kings blue line. The Kings now coming back, and they're coming out with some speed. In over the blue line. Great stick there by Barnes. Puck around the back of the net. Pike now to pick it up there, and he's gonna shoot that to the end of the ice. All the way on goal. And the Kings now regrouping, coming out of the zone. Almost a break there, but O'Brien will cover it up. And the Kings player clipped O'Brien on the way through. O'Brien wasn't happy with that. .4:13 left, 5 seconds left in the first penalty. To the Caps. So Tizzard getting ready to come back on the ice. Puck back to the point. Cross ice to the other point. Slapper. And O'Brien got that one too. .49 seconds left now in the power play for the Kings. $5-0 to score for the St. John's Caps, leading the Western Kings U11AAA Pilot Weekend. Puck back to the point. Shot in by the Kings. Caps chasing after it. Lewis has it on the boards. And he'll try to kill some time, but the puck squirts out. Kings have it. Lewis will knock his man down. Kings with it in front. Back to the point. Kings have it. Backhander in front. Shot. Miss. O'Brien with a save again. Caps getting up the center. Here goes White. White with a long shot down. That will go behind the net. And power play is now over as Brown comes back on the ice. Peyton Pike will dump it deep. 3:06 left in the third. Peyton Pike picks it up on the far boards. He is ridden off into the boards behind the net. Kings turn it back up ice. Kings now to center with it. Nice poke check there by Tizzard. And puck goes deep again. Peyton Pike up the center. And the Kings now trying to get something going here. But the Caps take the puck. Peyton Pike now in over the blue line. Drops it. And the Kings head back down ice. Caps have been playing well defensively all weekend. Fifth game of the weekend, and they have 6 goals against the entire weekend. Peyton Pike now behind the net. Gets it back to Brown. Brown with a shot. Blocker save there. Spins, fires. Was Martin. Back over to Brown. Brown with a move. Brown over to Pike. Pike coming in now. He's going to crank one, and that's just wide. Brown again. Backhander, and that's taken away by the Kings. And dumped all the way down the ice. No icing. Icing waved off. 1:25 left in the third. And out goes Martin. Martin got Brown with him. Martin cuts out wide. Tries to get in front. Poke check there by the Kings goaltender. Martin got it behind the goal. And he got hit behind the net. And Martin's in some discomfort. He's trying to get back to his feet. Shot in. And back to the point. And Martin skating to the bench. Let's hope he's okay. 54 seconds left and Caps will go on the power play. Face off now in the King zone. Back to the point. Nash gets it across to Lewis. Lewis with a shot that's tipped in front by Winter. A big save there. Back to Nash again on the point. And he'll dump it in behind the goal. And the Kings now coming out 2-on-1. Pass across, and that's blocked by Nash. Cuts off that pass. Kings in front. Oh, what a blocker save by O'Brien again. Puck up to Barnes. He's taken out, but White has it now crossing the blue line. White cuts out wide, shot in, and that's kicked aside by the Kings goaltender. Great back check by Winter. Puck back to center. Nash has it. And that will do it. Shutout victory for the Caps in this weekend. 5-0 is the final. Great game for the Caps.
Yeah, I know. It's an embarrassment. Embarrassment.
And the handshake line. I'd like to thank you all for watching all weekend as we had AAA hockey under 11s live from Bishop Falls. And wishing everyone a safe trip home, all the players that are here this weekend. And parents, grandparents, have a safe trip back to your hometowns. Again, thank you all for watching Caps Minor Hockey live from Bishop Falls this weekend. Caps go 5-0 this weekend. And that will do it for us here.
This is a Baytown Media live stream sports presentation.